Okay, so it's been a long time, but we're gonna do Arasaka. This is Max Smarter. I don't know. We'll just go through it and see what pinging. So let's go ahead and start a rest scan. Hope for the best. 10, 1, 1, 11. That run. Get this IP 10, 1, 1, 11, 6. So this is going to be an Active Directory. Max Smarter. The author is Henry Lever. Maybe Henry Lever. And you're allowed to stream and produce write-ups for the immediately, as soon as they come out. But the objective is stated as you are a member of the HackSmarter Red Team. This penetration to operate under an assumed breach scenario. So you start with credentials, we can see them here. Faraday and HackSmarter 123. I want to block so that I copy them. And you're starting an assumed breach, starting with valid credentials with standard domain Faraday. The primary goal is to simulate a realistic attack, identify and exploit vulnerabilities, and escalate privileges from a standard user. So, just looking here, see that like firewalls enabled. It also looks like 53. We can see 88, like Kerberos, LDAP and LDAP-S. ADWS. So it looks like we have in a couple high ports. We have a domain controller. We've got probably the firewall on. Not getting back like script information. And pull the before this file is rewritten. Port in and that not and again. That scan. Ports. All addresses. That in there. 10, 1, 111, 26. Links are open. But when it comes back, it actually does any operation on the port. Anyway, we have credentials here. We have Faraday. Faraday. That IP is not right. 10, 1, 111, 26. We have valid credentials. We can go ahead and do stuff. LDAP. Let that run. Let's list out some modules, LDAP modules. Let's get some user description information. Back in for the module, and then we're going to call the module get description users, and hand service, soul killer service, guy service, alt service, third manager, trap fraternity, thing. Anyway, there is some information there. Description, enum. At least that way we'll have it. You never know, it might come in handy. Let's go ahead and get some Bloodhound information out. We're calling the Bloodhound module the collection method. We're going to say all. We may need to do. So we need to go ahead and supply the DNS server, which will be 10, 1, 111, 226. Doing one, or keep doing just 11. Hopefully this will work. It seems to be, it's kind of hanging here, so we think that I can assume that it's going to come through. And here we go. We did get information on all of the ports. Go ahead and pop that into here and clean up these certificates, because we're not super interested in them. I'm not super interested in them. Not right now. So we're pulling back some Bloodhound information so that we can go ahead and try and do some enumeration in that sense, like find out what kind of users they have, see if there's any like low-hanging fruit internally. We could also do, we actually need to go ahead and add the hosting to our Etsy host file as well. So let's do that. Etsy host. It's going to be 10, 1, 111, 26. This stuff I've been making labs for the HackSmart. So hopefully, you'll see those coming out soon. This year, 2025, and the beginning of next year in January. So I'm going to move this file to my current directory, and I'm going to clear this out, and then I'm going to sudo opt bloodhound CLI, bloodhound CLI. And we're going to start this up. We're going to start a bloodhound. That way we have, so that we can evaluate this data that we pulled back through. Additionally, while that's running, let's go ahead and check the file share, SMB. Then we'll look for shares for this user and see what access they have, if there are any, if there is any access. And it looks like we can read to IPC, netlogon, and sysall. That's fine. Actually, I need to edit this a little bit. I also want to call it DCO1, and then actually that's fine. Make sure. I need to make sure that I remove some of these out of the DCO1.hacksmarter.local, DCO1 hacksmarter.local. Okay. So let's go ahead and go to 127. There's a 180, and then I'll log in, and then we'll go ahead and upload that. Actually, we're gonna remove old information, because every time I get done using Bloodhound, I never clear out the old data, so I'm gonna go ahead and clear. We'll go to the administration tab, database management. I'm gonna check all the boxes and copy pasta the phrase. Now we can ingest new data. Pitch. Arasaka, and then here we go. It may fail the first time around. but hopefully it'll be pretty quick to upload. I'm gonna go ahead and pause. This could take a second. Awesome, so it failed, so I'm gonna upload it again and try again. I had this happen earlier. We'll see. Excellent. Now that it's completed, let's go ahead and explore the data. So what do we know? We know that we have Faraday. We own them. We are them. Mark them as own. Add to own. Select. Out of the way. Zoom in a little bit. So they're not an admin. No unconstrained delegation. They're not authorized authentication. They are enabled. Not mark sensitive. Name account name Faraday. Not trusted for constrained delegation. They are members of users and domain users. Let's look for Kerberosable accounts. Packet. SPNs. X Smarter. Okay. Password is X Smart. At 10.1.1.1. 1.1. 76. Must be specified. I have the slash the wrong way. Should be. Dog domain is specified. Let's find out. Local. Invalid credential. Awesome. Do that. Password. Credential. Invalid. We need IP and 1.1.1.2.2. X Smarter 1.2.3. Target domain. Smarter. Thing. IP target. That our issue? Okay. Let's try that again. Password. Excellent. Okay, so we can see now we can query it. We should be able to pull back hash. Request it. There we go. I should and out file. Alt. That. file output file. Okay, and now if we cat alt svc, now we can do that. Now we can John alt hash word list is equal to user share word lists rocky.txt. We'll go ahead and run that, and it comes back with baby girl. So we were able to crack it. Let's go ahead and update our notes. So we have alt.svc password. We're going to separate these. Password, username, roast. Take this as proof. I would take the hash, but I kind of want to save some space here, so I'm just going to go with this bit. Blackwall. Smart alt search. Okay. So now we own alt service. Let's come back in here. Alt svc, and let's go ahead and check out what permissions it has. Alt Cunningham. Wrapped for eternity. Our pre-op. And it does have an outbound object control on Yorinobu. Let's check that out. It said it actually said generic all. Alt. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that just said generic. Generic all. Awesome. Okay. So I believe that means that we should be able to set the password for this user. And that's actually exactly what we do. Password. I guess before we do that, we can go ahead and grab this and show that it has generic all. All Nobu from alt excellent. And we're just going to reset the password. Nobu. And let's go ahead and edit all this in Obsidian. So, the domain controller is DCL1. The controlled user is alt svc. Password was baby girl 1. The domain is order.local. Target user is going to be sorry Nobu. And I'm just gonna do simple password 3 exclamation point. So take this, we should be able to run it. And I've got a missing quote somewhere. There it is. There it is. The problem is that I actually didn't escape. I think so. Yeah. I didn't escape the exclamation point. Awesome. And then let's go ahead and just validate that that's the case. Alt svc. Password 123. one. Really, that's not local account. Right. Bug. Alt SV. Alt SV. Let's look at this account and see if it's enabled. Enabled. Also has outbound object control. Generic right. Password thing. If we just say new world. Maybe there's like a check on. Wait, oh, maybe we need actually need IP and 1026. I don't know if that seemed like it took a second longer. Maybe it worked. I don't know if the issue might have been if it might have been yeah, okay. Oh goodness. Oh, were you screaming? Were you screaming? You're screaming at your screen. I apologize. I wonder how long, man. Just so long that I was just putting in the service account for testing. Awesome. Okay. we've reset the account, and now we should be able to actually. So we know that we already have right control, generic right over the next account. So now we own this one. Owned. Transfer it. And scroll down and look for outbound object control again. We see we have right. Soul Killer service. Go ahead and that. Generic right. And if we look at Linux of use for this, this will automatically, yeah, it's a, right, stack. So, target account is going to be soulkiller.svc. The password that we'll need new world 321 at. And the controlled account we have is Yori. Also, you may hear my cat. Very loud. And we're looking at hacksmarter.local. Awesome. So I think that I have PyWhisker. Find out in just a second. Do have source v bin activate. There we go. Let's got all that. Let's get our screenshot. Awesome. Let's copy SX all documents, smarter, Arasaka, carousel. Oh, buddy, I didn't save that password, did I? F. Password? Order? Like random German in there? Awesome. Shadow. IRA team. Technique allows an attacker to take over an Active Directory account or computer account, and the attacker can modify the target object attribute MS key credential in the form of certificate. computer account that is missing figure can be taken over. Everyone can attribute MS key credential link. The machine account is a member of the domain administrators group. Therefore, this is the account that we can take over for this lab, effectively elevating privilege. Everyone can write. Now we can execute the add target radius as key credential. Now you're ready to take over the account. Elevate to domain administrator. Before that, let's confirm that we have access to $sign domain controller with privileges. Now let's pull the TGT for the account using shadow credentials that we added by accessing the mentioned earlier. Computer accounts and therefore computers themselves can to be compromised credentials. My real question is, I use the PFX file. I would go both of these. In it, I certify can be okay. Well, that checks out. There's a domain already running. Opt certify. Bro. Deactivate source. Then date there. I certify now. I can certify now. Awesome. This we actually need to go back into our folder again. That. No, what did I just get rid of? Password. Oh. Then 111 20. There is Soul Killer. See. Back. Domain is harder.local. Failed. Load password. Password. About to load and 10-1-111-226. I am Soul Killer. Let's double check this. 898 GJ7 4 3 A, C, F, N, E, N. There we go. And then there is our hash. Shadow credential attack. What do we want to call? Shadow credential attack. And down here, cast assert. Awesome. I actually need to leave space here. I want to copy pasta the command. I'm gonna say something along the lines about the CA again, but I'm not too concerned about anything like that. I saw that the CA was there, so CA being certificate authority. Awesome. And output. Now let's pass the hash to soulkiller.svc. I actually need to capital, I think it's capital H. Domain controller, we see that the hash is valid, and we see what access we have. So this worked. Check access for soulkiller.svc. So I like to validate access every time. No point spinning my wheels. These creds don't work. So what's to do? I'm gonna go back to here. So we now own Soulkiller, and this kind of funny enough. This falls in line, right? Because we saw all of the various service accounts looking through the users, see who this is part of. Soulkiller. Certificate management for Soulkiller AI. Certificate management. So from here, maybe we need to start looking at certificate attacks, right? And you know, I've not come across this yet, but let's see if we can use. I think there are some built-in modules related to certificate authorities, and I'm not used them yet, but I am. So let's look for escalation 1. Rights on published. Enrollment rights on published enrollment agent certificate. Hierarchy. Here doesn't see. I love that like these are at all. Okay, well, let's take another look at. We have Soulkiller. Soulkiller.svc. Kind of interested also in seeing team members. A lot of service accounts. Hanako, Smasher, Hellman, High Service, Silverhand Service. Let's check out the domain at. And let's see who is in there. There's the Emperor. Okay. Can we already high value target? I'm going to add this to a high value target. Get an analysis run to update group members. Do ending node and then starting node. Perhaps. No path. According to this, at least. Which doesn't mean anything, right? Let's go ahead and do have the hash. Have this. Let's get some help information. Start looking. Help information. Since I think it's dash vulnerable, not template. Dash vulnerable. Let's see if this will run. Unrecognized argument, PFX. What's the other problem? Domain, hex. Okay. NTLM authentication, invalid credential. I have the hash. Although that password. Can we use hashes? Awesome. Let's dash hashes. And I'm gonna do this. Hashes vulnerable. Awesome. And then we can go ahead and do some evaluating. What we're looking for right now are vulnerable templates. Check for vulnerable templates. We can look at these. If you're curious where this information is coming from, these facts, we can look up is certify, but I'm more thinking about the research that was done by SecOps. Is that what it was? Certified pre-owned, what the paper is called. Certified pre-owned. Let's see. SecOps? Is that? I think it was SecOps. Spectre Ops is what it was. Certified pre-owned. So this is the paper where this was initially published at this company, and I would definitely recommend going and reading through it, reading it, and just learning about it. These are pretty interesting attacks, and they're still being updated all the time. I believe recently there was escalation 15. I think that they started off with potentially 8 escalations. Probably see here. Wondering if maybe they had a list of okay. Yeah, so initially 8 escalations with guidance on remediation and with the actual cause. But now there are 15 of these, right? So very, very, very good research by Spectre Ops. Worth taking a look at. So anyway, let's go ahead and look through this JSON file and just see. I'm gonna go all the way down to the bottom, and we can see that we have an escalation 1 vulnerability on this template. Let's do this. Escalation 1. And what template is it on? So essentially what we're going to do is request A template name is AI takeover. So we need certificate authority, the template name, I believe. Okay. And domain escalation via no issuance requirements. Enrollee client authentication, smart card login, OID. Look in here. It'll actually tell us what's wrong here. Like no manager approval, no enrollee supply, or enrollee can supply subject. Yeah, I wish I knew more off the top of my head. We find it. Let's configure certificate template. The specific set of settings for certificate templates that make them extremely vulnerable, as in regular domain users to domain admin vulnerable. The first scenario, escalation 1, the result in the vulnerable configuration is as followed. The enterprise CA grants low privileged users enrollment rights, right? So enrollee supply subject. Manager approval is disabled. No authorized signatures are required. And an overly permissive certificate template deserves to grant certificate enrollment rights to low privileged users. Right, but it's these three right here. User supply subject, manager approval disabled, no authorization signature required. That actually causes it. And now, figure out how we can exploit this. And I think that it's similar to this. I think we request yes, okay, so template. I think this is we're doing good. We're doing so we need to specify the template. We need to set the UPN, and I think that might be it. So template, we can see it's AI underscore take over, and then we want to supply the UPN. And if we look here, end up showing the underscore emperor, and what am I looking for? The emperor. None type object not subscriptable. Missing something. Username this at domain. Smarter.local. Still missing something. Server 10.1.1. Nope, 10.1.1.1.1. 6. Unrecognized argument. Odd error none type. Unrecognized command debug. Use debug to print your stack trace. Pretty sure we only need let's just look it up. CA escalation. Certify. I'm close. Might just have something in the wrong. Certify request. CA. Is that what I need? Hence why I thought that we needed the CA. If that's all that I was missing. That's it. Okay. Unsupported cert type. The requested certificate template is not supported by the C. Gotta look back at this. Okay. So the username, the password, the domain controller, or the DCIP, the target. CA, the template, the UPN. I think SID as well. Really, we don't need that. Go to request certificate. Got error while requesting certificate. Cert service you unsupported. I'm going to take this and take a look. I'll let this fail again. But it's definitely something along with like how I'm putting in the information. SU, PA, template, UPN. This is mostly because the certificate template you are using is not enabled. Run the certify find command again. Enabled. Okay. That would make sense. Let's cat 2025 JSON rep both and plus them. I guess we can run the command again as intended. Vulnerable. Actually, find. Back and check this out. Escalation 1, template name. Takeover. Enabled. It is enabled. Takeover. Hack Smarter DT01. Hack Smarter. Trader. Enrollment rights. Look at our command again. End request. Hashes in template is not supported by this. Let's have something. I must have like spelled it wrong or something. Right? Did I put AT? Said AI. I did the thing again. Awesome. Awesome. I love that. I love when I do that. So now we've requested PFX for administrator. And now I think auth. I think we can auth with it. Yes, in fact we can. Excellent. Auth with administrator certificate. Now we have the hash and our home free. Shots. And if you were doing this, actually, count is of domain admins. They may have locked it so that you have to go through the Emperor account. Admins, members, administrator. Look at. I say locked. I mean disabled. Nope. Okay. Let's just validate this with NXT, SMB, trader, hash. Validate administrator hash. And very clear that we can't. I'm actually gonna get out of there. Cool. Now we can try it to like PS exec or SMB exec or whatever. It said they did it over RDP. Is RDP? I don't. Seeing it. And we'll do it with the hash. Hash. I think it's PTH. And then we want to do 10.1.1.1.1.26. Set the certificate. So it's probably gonna fail. Okay though. Go ahead and grab this extra RDP as administrator. So there we go. Just let that do its thing. And then hopefully it'll just request and on there, and then we'll be fine. We don't have to use RDP. We could use how we want. Awesome. Background metaphor. 1 second. Does it say? Okay. Etsy, Carry 5. My test lab popping up. Finish. I find that to be a little bit annoying. Awesome. Account restrictions are preventing this user from signing in. For example, blank passwords aren't allowed. Okay. So we can't RDP here. Packet deck. Harder dot. Trader. Admin. At. Is it dash? Dash hashes. Either login information. Admin. Director. Awesome, we're writing, it's trying. If the firewall is enabled, this is going to fail. Actually, it's not going to fail. It's going to get stuck. Exactly how it is right here. So, my thought is that instead of requesting the administrator account, I can clear this out. We need to actually request source opt by bin. We actually need to request for at firewall enabled. It's actually just defender. Ticket for Emperor. I like that. That's good though. And then let's go back and let's do we have our certificate for them, so let's go ahead and authenticate and capture there. Now we can emperor.fx. Trying to get TTP, failed to get TTP, KDC error, principal unknown, client not found in current database. I could have just spelled it wrong. Or error, principal client not found in current. on 111, 220 back. If I hit debug, it's like is. Where do you want the debug? I'll just review the command. I see it. I see it. Move west. It is in fact right. EMPEROR. EROR. That's a problem. Well, actually, I don't want to win. And there's the freaking hash. Beautiful. All night. All night. Excellent. Gonna get our screen for this. Copy pasta. Sweet. So let's copy this again. And get actually RDP with this. RDP3. H slash V 11112. Hopefully I don't need to do it. What do I need to do? I need to do plus clipboard plus dynamic. I probably need that 10. Actually betting it just there it is. Right. Account is restricted, so no. RDP. Okay, fine. Impact it. Deck. X. Honestly, this is probably going to fail as well. Hexsmarter dot full hashes. Properly. Of course, it's going to back it. Again, my assumption is that firewall's on and we're being prevented by Windows Defender. let's go look at, oh, of course, Evil Win RM, back you the, it's actually an H, back I, and 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 6. And there we go. Administrator, desktop, type, text. Cool. My assumption now is that I could have just evil win RM'd with the administrator hash as well. Let's go ahead and check that out. Administrator. I kind of would have liked it more if yeah. I'm just a doofus. From what I understand though, best practice is disabling the domain administrator account, like the built-in administrator account, and only enabling it when I guess when you need it. I don't know how practical that is. I mean, I never have to use it, but then again, I mean, I have a account. Emperor. Oh, okay, cool. Anyway, that was Arasaka, and I hope that you. I did. It was a really cool attack path. Awesome job, Henry Lee. Pull him up. Oh, we'll pull. Okay, we won't pull him up because it's gonna make me log in. But anyway, we own the Emperor. We own them. We own. Yeah, that's it. I hope that you had a good time, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.